they had their lights on. When I was coming down through here Monday, 2 of them sitting there with lights on. That's what got me looking.
Yeah.
Then I noticed a school
in Lady Lake, here to support Dr. Shawn Berry, who was illegally arrested for trespass in
a school safety zone.
Ridiculous.
Without warning, I was trespassed.
You just came to talk to one of the officers to file a complaint, and then they said you had to go to the police department to do it, and you corrected them and told them that any sworn officer can take a complaint.
Yeah, I told her I was there now, which is something they use quite often. Yeah, I'm here now.
Yeah.
You know.
So then they called their supervisor. The supervisor didn't want to hear anything, just took you to jail.
Just hooked me up and took me straight to jail.
Ridiculous.
I told them I trespassed. They had to warn me, and they didn't listen. They said, "Good luck on that defense."
Yeah, well, good luck to them, because we're not going to stop showing them that we, the people, are in charge, and that we won't tolerate that illegal criminal behavior of taking your liberty for no damn reason.
Oh yeah, and the jail, the Lake County Jail, is a hellhole. There's crud everywhere.
Oh wow.
They didn't treat me very bad, but they didn't give my medicine to me. My blood pressure was through the roof when I got out.
Oh gosh, I knew a guy who was like, I don't understand how he was still alive. When I went into Pinellas County Jail, he told me what his blood pressure was, and I don't understand why they didn't send him right to the hospital there. They just left him sitting and waiting.
You get to that point right there, the blood pressure can cause you to have a heart attack, a stroke, or even long-term damage to your heart.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't care.
Geo 68 also, and then New Smyrna Times. Poor Dirt Farmer is here. Ranger Lee also known as Rogue Nation. James Madison Audits. Eyes on the State. Ebor Rob. John Felix. We're all here.
Rat's Crispy here.
And this gentleman, I forgot his name. And then another guy named Jim. And myself.
Yep.
We got everybody.
So we have a lot of patriots out here, and I appreciate everyone. The people who came out here for my case and to help me out, I appreciate all that.
We appreciate you, brother.
I really appreciate it, and we have sort of a understanding amongst the Florida auditors that we've got each other's back. And they're all good guys. Every one of them good guys.
Absolutely, man. So and that's how we do here in Florida. Look at this. This is pretty much almost every Florida channel that's here. Because we got Jason Real Camera. He would have been here, but he's in California right now. As we speak, he's probably meeting up with Bay Area Transparency and San Joaquin Audits, San Joaquin Valley Transparency. Whoa! You got a horn? Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. No.
No, Rights is not live. Take Rogue is live. I would guess Pilot is live.
I can't go live because I have my equipment with a SIM card.
It's spelled Philax, but it's pronounced Felix.
Okay, I thought he pronounced it Philax.
No, Felix.
Okay, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. It's Felix. That's what I thought it was, but I thought he corrected it in the video one.
No, he's probably just messing with you.
Yeah, I had a brain fart a while ago and couldn't remember his name, so
yeah,
I do that. I'm getting old.
Right now, and I recognized his walk that I realized who he was. The Watchman.
Hey, how you doing, KJ? Thanks for that. We are lawfully protesting. Everyone has their signs and what it is that they wish to communicate while out here today, making sure we stay within the law.
Go extinguish your thirst at Zaxby's. It's delicious, and they got that good ice that's like little snowballs.
And if you're a Christian and you go there, you can save a little money if you know this guy.
Yeah. Hey, you don't want to leak water on the back of the car. See, they have cameras in here, but apparently none of them were working the day I got arrested. They at least closed their computer down enough. They got their little flashy light thing here on the side, little disco ball. Community service aid. I think the community service aid is someone who directs traffic.
She's embarrassed. She's embarrassed for what she does.
Oh yeah.
Only someone embarrassed would hide their face.
Especially when they falsely arrest people who are trying to do the right thing.
Put your mask on. We don't want to see you anyhow. You're a tyrant.
That's officer, I believe, is that Officer Maya? Officer Maya, could you identify, please? Officer, could you identify yourself, please? A member of the public is asking you to identify yourself, please. ID? You can't get out of the car. You have ID? Could you roll your...
I've got to get out of the car.
Okay. Officer, could you identify yourself, please?
CSA Sloan.
Sloan, you were a witness to a crime on last Monday.
No comment.
No comment, but you were a witness to a crime.
No comment.
You witnessed an officer falsely arrest a person for trying to make a comment, make a report. Falsely arrested. Officer Sloan, she was the one who was directing traffic.
She's a community service officer, so not
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was just the one who was. She was just the one. She was the one that was here directing traffic. She's a witness. Bootlicker. Sergeant, I'm sorry for what you're having to go through here for somebody else's false arrest.
That's fine.
But we're just voicing our
They
opinion.
don't care.
I understand.
He don't give a shit how many people
It's
get
not
arrested.
true, I do care.
Then how comes they don't drop them charges? Because you're embarrassed of what the officer did. It's not important. It's good to have some type of moral. That's what you do. You don't work for us. That's me.
Mr. Dudley. Mr. Dudley. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
I've
thank you.
been watching you for 4 years.
Well, thank you. Anybody comes out here. Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, though, we have to keep an eye on these people right here. If you don't keep an eye on them, they think that they rule us. The word is rule. They think they rule us.
There is no thing they are.
Yeah. Well, they think.
There is no thing they are. And
Well,
there is no way
We got
we
a
can
big gentleman here who's
Well-
out here filming with us today.
Mr.
And there's his channel.
Yeah, check this guy's channel out here. He
Yep.
came out here and found us out here.
And of
And
course,
there's-
you guys know this.
There's no
this
lie
gent's
for
out here.
good. For God. No lie for God.
No lie.
No line. Oh, no line. Oh, line for God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But salvation is between the individual and the Almighty Himself. You know.
I know.
Yeah. So
That's why I put it there.
yeah.
Okay? Because I wanted people to understand. Just because you put a blue line through something don't mean it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
One of my videos where I live in Dunalley, the chief said his name's up there, and I tried to give him one of these
Yeah.
to put up there. You don't know. Keep a fight out of my
That's because of God, that's because of godless demons. A lot of them are.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. They don't understand, and they really don't want to know. God gave us all free will, free choice.
I'm trying to wake up the people.
Yep.
Somewhere they can see what I see.
Yep.
Because I was a dreamer. I found whenever the police asked me for my ID.
Yep.
Now here you go.
Yep.
But like, if I knew what
Papers.
I knew 20 years ago.
Yeah, like the Germans said, papers, please. And they didn't mean please, they meant now.
Right.
So that's where we're headed now. They really want that COVID ID thing to go through.
Master, I hate to tell you something. We're halfway there. We're not heading. We're already in the middle of this
We
shit.
are. Yep.
I'm on the moon, and I jump on the moon. I'm trying to catch up to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I was one lagging behind there because, you know, I'm kind of getting a little old and, you know, getting gray on top. And I'm a pound or two overweight. I don't know if you noticed or not.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No, you're alright.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thank you for coming out here today.
No. Thank you for allowing me to be with you all.
Well, I'd say we don't need allowances to be to have our rights. We have our rights. God gave us our rights.
That's right.
So we don't have to allow anyone, you know.
Well, Jesus did when he turned the table over and
The money exchanger, yeah.
You Jesus
Yep.
must be intervened. It is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's the way I feel right now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's this is a public building, a public sidewalk. You see it goes all the way down there and all the way down here. It's a public sidewalk, you know. And a public sidewalk, yeah. A public sidewalk has always been a venue for protests and redress, you know. It's written in the law. It's always been a law. At least they established it early on in the 1900s, you know. In the 60s they reaffirmed it because people were getting hosed down in the streets. They were getting arrested.
You and I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 5 years old
Yep.
when I saw it.
I saw it too.
And I lived in Chicago.
Yep.
So I lived there.
Yep.
Because at my time, it changed after Martin Luther King died.
It has. It's changed. You can tell. You can feel it. Especially older people, can see what's happening to this country. You can see it. You can feel it. You can taste it. You can taste it in the air.
You know what I like? When people go, you are nothing but a bunch of hippies.
Yeah. Or in this case, they're calling us pedophiles.
Yeah, but now I was young. They were the pedophiles.
Yeah. Yep. You know, and you knew which teachers were too. You know, those teachers, you know, so and say, hey, that one over there, you don't be in the room with them.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was our community.
Yeah.
And if you would come back to me, I got your back, you have my back.
Oh yeah, and that's the way it should be. You know, we're all Americans, and liberty was never free. It was always fought for. We always had to keep an eye on the things.
And I hate to say it.
Yep.
That's what we need to go through. I hate to say it.
Yep.
I truly do.
Yeah. The Bible says it will happen. You know, we're going to have the end times, but we don't have to go down. We don't have to go down and just take it.
You let me remind of one thing. It happens every day.
Oh yeah.
A million people die every day.
Every day. Yep. Just like that. If they're saved. Yep.
The million people that went.
Yep. If they're saved, if they're
walking from that car.
Yep.
When Jesus was the table,
And that's guaranteed. We're all going to die. We'll all die, and those who've been righteous and been accepted Jesus, those will be the ones who will spend eternity in heaven. You know, and if you have free choice, we all have free choice. That was a gift God. It was both a gift and a curse God gave us.
Well, God even gave us common sense, but a lot of people don't use that.
Yeah, that free choice right there is what gets people in trouble. Sometimes if they stick to the proper right things.
What? That you get to lose.
Huh?
You get to lose somebody that you don't mind.
Yeah.
Losing that you don't mind. It was undercover.
Yeah. Well, I think what they're going to do out here today, and I'm pretty sure what's going to happen, is they're going to try to get the parents all riled up. And they're gonna come out here and face us. That sergeant even kind of let that slip. Yeah, yeah. It's called a heckler's veto, when they get the parents all riled up against you. And then they use the parents, just push them out of it. They say, get them, folks. Yep. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the walk-in area. That's where the man come out of and shook himself right there in front of children. That was the walk-in area. That's where I wanted to let that officer know. I said, it happened right here. No, no, no. I waited over here. Yeah, no, it was over there by the fire hydrant. He was headed in that direction over there to, I guess, to go to the cars or whatever. But they picked the children up right there in that gate. But there's a man, and he was in the company of a firefighter. It seemed like they knew each other pretty well. But that firefighter, the other guy was probably a firefighter, that's what I'm thinking, because of what these cops doing, don't want to take a report and fighting all that stuff.
He was a firefighter.
Yeah, yeah.
He was.
Yeah. But I saw the video.
Because I wanted to resign.
Yeah.
Just so I could learn his fucking way.
Yeah.
And face of my friend.
Yeah.
And if that sergeant was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, and the one who's trespassed will come out here and sign that statement. The principal here, his name is Dudley something or another. I forget what his name is, but his last name is Dudley.
You mean the murderer?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
See, the principal's a pervert.
Oh, you know? The principal's a pervert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When he came out on them.
Yeah, you got somebody over here crying on her phone. She was over here crying on her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going around now. She's calling somebody.
Is she literally crying?
Yeah.
Wow. Why are you crying, man? Show your emotion. That's a bad example of kids in there. Kind of why we have such a flimsy, weak child population.
Yeah.
I love you.
No, when I was here the other day, Yeah, yeah. Hey, folks. When I was here the other day, I didn't face this way here. I walked across the sidewalk and then I immediately turned my camera out there to where the officers are.
I gotta be careful. I might not be able to smoke here.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably a non-smoking area. I better not.
I don't know. It might be. But the thing of it is, I just still come on this side because, first of all, I could not be filming towards the school.
Right.
I wasn't filming anybody coming in and out. Well, I wasn't filming the tags. I had my camera up here higher than the tags were.
Right.
And then I was over here because the sidewalk was over here. I figured she might want to cross in the sidewalk. I waved her over like this right here. You know, waved her over like this. And she finally took about 5 or 6 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes to come across.
Right.
I had to get the other officer in the street to yell over to her because she was ignoring me. They saw me, but they were ignoring me.
Yeah.
She ignored me.
Yep.
But anyway, she came across. I thought she might cross over here where the sidewalk was at, so I was standing here. While I was waiting for her to cross, I turned over here, and no children around,
Right.
and filmed this sign. And then after I filmed this, just so people would know where I'm at, you know, on video, give them a visual reference.
Right.
And then I turned back this way and started filming the officers again. And she was crossing. When she started crossing, I crossed over there to where she was crossing, that met her over there.
Right.
And then I told her what happened, you know, what I saw.
Yeah.
She refused to take a report.
Yep.
And a sergeant parked down that way a little bit off the road. And they come up to me. I was standing by the fire hydrant, or just the side of the fire hydrant. They hooked me up, walked me across the sidewalk there, and got me for trespassing.
Without even giving you a warning, you were
no warning,
trespassing.
no warning. They wouldn't even identify, asking me for
You
identification.
try to file a complaint with the officer about a situation that happened here. It's on video.
It's a lewd act in front of children.
Yep, the guy grabbed it, you know,
And shook it.
in front of the kids and shook it right on camera. So when you're here to make a complaint about someone who does such a horrendous act, you know, children around at a school, and they chose to arrest Dr. Shawn. File a complaint. Got his videotape.
Oh. And one of the complaints was,
The complaint was documented.
yeah, in the
The
document,
complaint was videoed.
and the officer who arrested me lied by omission. She never mentioned at all that I was here for a purpose and
Yep.
to report somebody. She left that out of
Yep.
her sworn statement. Her
Well,
sworn
that's the way she didn't get her buddy in trouble. That's how they back each other up. They'll
Well, it also-
lie and omit
They said I was here without purpose of any kind, which
But
was...
they knew you were here with a purpose because you had already verbally told the lady multiple times that you wanted to file a complaint.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's how they lie. It's documented, it's proven, Lake County, Florida. That's the way it works here. They just toughen stuff here and let the courts figure it out. Taxpayers can pay the lawsuit, which will come.
Oh, will
There's no
come,
way
yes,
that
yes.
it's not gonna, because this is too well of a documented case.
That's if I get
files
my camera with my video back. I think they want to hold that, which is the screen in the press.
Yeah. The lady's hollering, God bless the cops. Lady right there hollering. Let me go over here. The lady that's screaming, God bless the cops. She's got an illegal school bus hanging off of her rearview mirror.
Well, she has free speech. We have free speech.
Got the
as long as we respect each other.
Over there. God bless the homeless vets. Rose says stop breaking the law. Time, Jesus saves.
There's some other times. Doc Fox.
What
Over
up,
here.
yo?
Hey. Over here pressing, expressing that Jesus saves, which is something that people are going to decide is not appropriate out here in front of children. Jesus saves. They'll probably holler, fuss, and just call him a pervert. Expressing that Jesus saves. Bunch of bootlickers.
Got her hand over her face when we walked up. I was thinking, how's this going to work out for her? She's got to get out of the car. You're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. Get that off your mirror, lady. She's breaking the law. She's breaking the law. She's breaking the law. Tag number 806 8B1 is breaking the law. That thing's hanging on the mirror. Hey, look at these. Look at this. They got two of them hanging on their mirror. Look at this.
Oh, look at that obscenity from you. Nasty lady.
Oh, that's filthy.
Obscenity.
In front of a school zone, too, a school safety zone.
Things on your mirror you get in trouble for. It's against the law for them things. Them school bus on your mirror is against the law.
Hey, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Live.
Go for it.
She don't give a
She'll give an F. Mr. Dudley! Mr. Dudley! Why? Why, Mr. Dudley? Why? Why? Why do you arrest citizens for public protest? Why, Mr. Dudley, do you arrest citizens who are trying to make a complaint on a lewd act performed in front of children? Why, Mr. Dudley? Why? Why do you arrest citizens for expressing their First Amendment right? Why? Why, Mr. Dudley? Why? You have earned a lawsuit against Lake County, the city of Lady Lake, and you personally, Mr. Dudley. Why?
Dr. Shawn walking down this side. Took his phone. They want to daggone look in his phone. They want to look in his phone for
They want to find co-conspirators. They want to go through all my files. They want to look at all my contacts.
Yeah.
I have nothing in my phone incriminating whatsoever that any other journalist wouldn't have in their phone.
Yep.
I'm in contact with several other journalists in the state. If they want to go through and look at all that,
Yeah.
then more power to them. It's about as interesting criminally as a nun's recipe
I
book.
might have to go put a bunch of nasty pictures on the phone so
No.
I have to look at them.
I don't do that kind of stuff, but
I ain't never had none on there, but I could have them. They'll give them
they
something
can
to
look
look
through my
at.
phone and
be
it will
illegal,
be
so.
they illegally look through my phone, and it will be just as boring as a nun's recipe
That's what I'm
book.
saying. What do we? They already know what's on our phone.
They
So
already
I'm pretty
do.
sure they already track everything we
I
do.
offered a
you
copy
know.
of my video to them upon retrieval of my phone, and they turned it around on me and just got a contract, got a warrant.
Yeah.
So
I make them get a warrant. That's for sure. They're gonna have to fight for it, and then they'll show how corrupt they really are. It'll show what kind of corrupt, tyrannical government there is. Look, every one of these people.
Principal Dudley!
They got the school bus.
Principal Dudley! Principal Dudley! Why? Why, Principal Dudley? Why? Principal Dudley, would you like to go to jail for a First Amendment right to protest and redress peaceably? Peaceably! Why, Principal Dudley? Why?
That's a mean look, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was, yeah.
Evil look. Look at their faces.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Oh, I'm going down now. They're way.
Principal Dudley, I would have rather seen taxpayer money go to the school, but now it will go to my lawsuit for an illegal arrest. Principal Dudley, why?
They're going to be suicide. They should stop all these people from having these school buses in their mirrors. That's blocking like half their windshield. I mean, I bet they have a lot of fender benders around here. When
Oh, I'm sure they do.
they... Look, another one. Illegal school buses on the mirror. That's a crime. Illegal school bus on the mirror. They've arrested one of us, I think. One of our people got in trouble for stuff on the mirror.
Principal Dudley, could you please come out and explain why? Why, Principal Dudley? Why? Please come out and explain yourself. Why would you arrest a citizen for expressing their First Amendment right peacefully?
Constitution. That pesky little First Amendment. You know that.
Principal Dudley, you have earned a lawsuit. I do not like taking money, taxpayer money. I would rather have seen that taxpayer money go to the children. Why? Why? Please come explain yourself.
I want the school buses removed from the mirrors, please, because one of these people are going to crash into me. I just know it. They can't see out their windshield. Where's the lady that said we was going to have a problem and she told the cops she didn't care?
Oh, she's probably hiding in her basement.
She just pulled in there. She's
Oh,
coming
she
around
probably.
any minute.
Oh,
She was furious because she said anybody thinks
Oh.
they're going to have a problem.
She don't get permission.
It's a legal protest, and she said she didn't care. She didn't care. She was going to do something about it, I guess. A little SUV